What's going on? It's your boy Sermon at Sermon's Domain on Twitter. Rihanna is back with her latest album titled Anti. Now, what is she anti? I feel like after listening to the album, the title is a representation of like the box. Like people try to confine you to a box, and I feel like Rihanna is at a stage in her career where she doesn't want to be defined by her past music or the biggest hit single she's had in her life. Because this album, to me, really wasn't about singles. She had the Bitch Better Have My Money, but that didn't even make the cut. And they just released Work featuring Drake, so it's not like this one had a major hit single going into it. And I don't feel like it needs it because she has the Samsung deal. The same type of deal that Jay-Z had for Magna Carta Holy Grail. And because of that, Rihanna's already platinum. It's official, like RIAA certified. And for that reason alone, she already won. She got the Samsung deal. I believe they're saying it's $25 million, and that is a hell of a win for her. And so I don't feel like she was in a rush to maybe have a hit single out of here. But make no mistake, there are some really good singles on this album. The biggest one that I feel has the most potential is Kiss It Better. Now, if you follow Rihanna news on, the blogs and the forums and stuff like that, you might have heard about Glass John. He is a producer, writer, and he worked on this record, Kiss It Better. And he went on a rant because he felt that Travis Scott was delaying the album and that his influence on the album was becoming way too strong, which I'll get to that in a little bit. But Glass John made some valid points, I guess. The one thing that I took away is how passionate he was about the song. He really felt like this song was it. And finally hearing the song, I feel like it could be it as well. It's magnificent. The hook is stuck in my head. It's been stuck in my head the entire time, and I feel like that's what a lot of the music does on this album. Kind of talking about the Travis Scott influence, there really wasn't too much on it. Wu has his ad-libs, a little bit of influence. You could tell he wrote on it. And then Pose, which is a deluxe edition track, you can tell that Travis 100% wrote that. I didn't look at the credits yet, but just listening to it, it sounds like a female Travis Scott type of record. And personally, I don't feel like it's the type of record that I want to hear. I'm really glad that there wasn't more records like Pose on the album. Even Wu is kind of, it's not a bad record, but it's not a standout on the album. But like I said, I'm glad that Travis Scott didn't have as much influence as I thought he would have. On the album, there's only two guests. You have Drake, obviously, on Work, and I still think that's not a bad record. But because it's Rihanna and Drake, the standards are higher. They've made better music together, but the single itself is not bad. I can definitely see it taking over. And then the other guest is SZA. She's on Consideration. It is a huge look for her. Very, very huge look because, you stand out. When there's not many guests on the album, you stand out. And Rihanna's album has already been listened to a hell of a lot of times. So people heard SZA's voice, and hopefully they're impressed enough to go listen to her, and hopefully she's building more fans because of it. And I gotta say, the record is really good. It was one of those records where it's like, you don't want to go to the next song yet. You want to rewind this one and really enjoy it. And then speaking of the next record is called James Joint. I really dislike this record in a good way. I dislike it because it's short. It sounds promising, but it feels like an interlude. And that's what makes me upset. It's more of a tease than an actual song. And let me see. Talking about the deluxe bonus tracks, I don't feel like any of them really fit into the album. I talked about Pose, the Travis Scott influence record. But the other records themselves really didn't feel like... Sex on Me, yeah, that would definitely have fit into the album. But the other one, which is Goodnight Gotham, I don't know. It was just one of those records that's forgettable. I don't even remember how that goes, like the melody or the beat of it. That's how forgettable the record was to me. And I want to talk about one more record before I wrap things up, and that's Love on the Brain. I love that record. Next to Kiss It Better, it's my favorite record on the album because it sounds vintage. It sounds like some Etta James 1960s, 70s type of thing. And really what it sounds like to me, and I know that the sample, it's not sampled, but R. Kelly's When a Woman Loves, it has that same kind of era to it, I guess. Obviously, the two records are very different, and R. Kelly's not sampled on it, but you can definitely hear, if you put them side by side and listen to them, you can definitely hear, like, they sound similar. And I'm pretty sure that's unintentional, because I don't look at Rihanna as somebody that really listens to R. Kelly, or anybody that really works around Rihanna. Like, Travis Scott's not listening to R. Kelly. But I love Love on the Brain just because it sounds different. And that's pretty much what the album is. It's a mixed variety of songs. It's Rihanna not putting herself in a box. It's Rihanna going out and doing whatever she wants to do. And pretty much, for the most part, succeeding at it. This is a very strong album. As someone who's not a huge Rihanna fan, but enough that I can say I've listened to enough to be able to judge and review and talk about this stuff, I think this might be her best album yet. With that said, I would love to know what you think about Anti. Let me know in the comment section below. What did you think about her not having many guests on the album? Does that help? Were you more excited for Rihanna? Just having more Rihanna than usual? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and then like the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Share the video. Follow me on Twitter at Sermons Domain. And as always, thank you for your time. I appreciate you for watching, and until next time, peace.